Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Happy to be back. Yesterday, took the morning off from the live stream here on YouTube. So I didn't have a great night's sleep, so I was like, I'm gonna have to rest this morning. Give me a second here. Let me put out a quick tweet, let everybody know we're live out here. And you guys start gathering your tickers and throw them up in chat or any questions. Morning, Dwayne, Joy, what's going on, guys? Glad to see you here. Let me put out these posts. Also, guys, if you haven't downloaded it yet, make sure to check out Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas free ebook on earnings season. Marshall, good morning. All right, so I got that out there already. Some of the stocks making some moves this morning. You got Netgear tumbled 10.6% in pre-market trading after the networking equipment maker reported weaker than expected preliminary results for the quarter that ended April 3rd. Netgear also cut its current quarter revenue forecast, pointing to a weaker U.S. market for Wi-Fi equipment. Let's see what else we have here. Zendesk jumped 6.1% in pre-market trading following a Bloomberg report that the consumer service software developer is exploring a possible sale. Zendesk is said to have hired advisor. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that's just that. WeWork rallied 5.4% in pre-market after the office sharing company stock was rated overweight in the new coverage at Piper Sandler. The firm points to confidence in WeWork path to profitability and how well the flexible office model fits a post-COVID world. Got a few movers here. Plug. That one's interesting. So Plug Power, the hydrogen fuel cell company stock jumped 6.6% in pre-market action after it announced an agreement to supply liquid green hydrogen to Walmart. Well, that's definitely an interesting one. Oh, such a weird area Plug, but you got that 200-day moving average right above it. This is going to be like a difficult one to gauge this morning, I think. Young, good morning. The King, what's going on? 10 inches of snow? My God. All right, so CASA. Oh, remember yesterday, guys, in chat, in the Discord, right around here, I had said, guys, you know, this thing looks pretty much done. However, this could have been a bear trap or could trap bears if we get ourselves back above VWAP. And then I had to head out for the remainder of the afternoon. It was 3 o'clock and change when I said that, and then bang. He actually went from 630s all the way to $7. But if you notice, you know, if you scroll out a little bit, it hasn't made a huge move. It really hasn't. I think the key level to watch here for today is going to be that $7 zone. That's $687 zone. And if it can get up and over that level and hold, call it $7. If it can get up over that level and hold, you know, maybe then you can get yourself a nice little move here. Because I think there's a lot of shorts that could still be stuck in that one, since it really hasn't given you a way to get out of it if you're short. So we'll definitely put that one on the watch list. You definitely got room to 760-ish. That's going to be a pretty difficult area. Look, previous support back here. Turned resistance right in there. If it can get over that, then it definitely has room to 8. All right, so we got that one down. Yeah, Nick, good morning. Lots of snow up there? Man, all I'm hearing about is snow this morning. What's the weather like here? Let me see something. It is 71 degrees and mostly sunny down here where I'm at in South Florida. Sorry. Stay warm, guys. Stay warm. Let me pop this chat out here so I don't have to be moving my neck all weird like this. There we go. That's better. Joy, SPY. Yep, we will definitely do the SPY. Yo, yo, yo. That's awesome, Silver Shrimp. Hope it starts to pop. SEC indicates foreign companies for penny stock fraud. No USA company. Indicts. No idea which company. Hey, Silver Shrimp, that's funny. Tomorrow, yeah, you're right. Tomorrow's 420. All right, guys. So any other tickers you want me to take a look at for you? We will definitely be doing the SPY here today, of course. Joy, so no worries. We'll get to that one. I just want to try to do it once. If I do it now, then later on somebody will ask again. And that way we also allow some time to pass. It's still pretty early, 8:26. Joey says the lows are at 68 and the highs at 82 in Venezuela where he's at. Oh, guys, remember the Easter sale for trade ideas ends today before I forget. That ends today. Yeah, the SPY was all over the place yesterday. The SPY was all over the place yesterday. Here is what the SPY did yesterday. Wow, man. Talk about chop. Highs, lows, hot new highs, right back to the lows. Just crazy. Just crazy, honestly. That's insane. One life, one chance says everyone hit the like button. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, guys, you have any other tickers you want me to look at for you or any other or any other trading related questions? If you have any, throw them up in chat. That way we can get to them. Otherwise, we'll start looking at some more of the news and we'll start hitting some of the scans. Yesterday, let me grab you the alerts real quick. Yesterday, small tiny little red day for me. Long Tesla put option, $900 strike, April 22nd expiration, in at 820. Took some off at 860 and then stopped out the rest at 780. So tiny little red day for me. How do I feel about Didi? I read yesterday was being delisted, so definitely not something I would touch. I would never. I'll trade any stock, but I won't invest in Chinese companies. I don't like investing in communist governments, so I won't invest in a Chinese company. I'll trade it in and out real quick, but putting my money there and it being an investment, nah. Because the problem is, I mean, there's multiple problems. Multiple, but the easiest one is that you don't really own the company itself. All right, so not only would I have a moral problem, me personally, investing in a Chinese company, I will also have the problem that you don't own the company itself. When you invest in a Chinese company, you own a company outside of China that holds shares in it's a holding company that holds shares in the Chinese company. So you don't really own the Chinese company, you own that company, because that's how it is. So yeah, like I wouldn't invest in any of this. And I read that Didi was being delisted, but that's just constant rumors. Right now you have 235 resistance, previous support zone. We're underneath it. You can watch that level to be resistance. Amazon's in an area now at this point where it's just going sideways again. Kind of like what it did back here. See how Amazon went sideways for a really long time and then bang. And now it's just sideways again. It's just sideways. How much bigger can Amazon get? Honestly, is what you have to think about at this point. As far as sorry, just caught my eye here, a little spike in the 10-year treasury yield. As far as support resistance goes, you have some support here at $2,900, $3,000 area. Right there. You can see it clear as day. So you have that. And you bounced off of it yesterday. 3005. You bounced off of it yesterday. Nice bounce off of it too. So it's like every time it gets down here to that $3,000 level, it tries to bounce off of it. And then bottom support would be down here around 2,700. ENGV. ENGV. Nothing comes up, Young, with that. It must be something different. The King, AMC. AMC still holding that 50-day moving average resistance. That's what that daily, that blue line here on my daily chart is. As long as that holds resistance, you could watch for it to eventually get back down here to the 14s. Joy, yeah, it is. You got a month out call on FSR. I don't know when they report earnings or if they already did. You definitely have $10 support down here. For sure. I mean, that's proven already, really nicely. $9.50 to $10 has been a strong level of support on this one. GGPI. Wow, we've been over GGPI before. February, look at this. We drew these lines back in February on GGPI. This one's just in the chop here. I'm going to delete all these lines. It's just here in the chop, but it is holding the 100-day moving average. and the 50-day moving average. So that's a nice little area there to watch. Needs volume. Trades very, very low volume apparently. AXM got a spike this morning. Let's see what happened here, because it has to be news related. Oh no, I don't see any news on this one that's new. Latest piece of news I see here is 12 days ago. But this kind of move had to have been brought by some sort of news or rumor. This $14 zone here is going to be a tough one. $15 zone is going to be a tough one on this one. Sorry, $45 zone, not 14. $45 zone is going to be a tough one on this one. But if it can break above that, you know, you could see a nice little move here to 50. We're back underneath 40 now. We're in the 39s there. All right, guys, so Tesla getting a little bit of a gap up here. This is going to be interesting today, to be honest. If Tesla can break and hold those 1020s, I think it should make an attack at the 1040s. So I'm going to write that one up that way. Tesla does have earnings tomorrow after the bell. So Tesla watching for the 1020 area to break and hold. Could have room towards the 1040s. So keep an eye on that there on Tesla. Definitely, I would take profits along the way. All right, so we have CASA and Tesla on the watch list so far. Does anyone have anything else you want me to bring up on the screen before we move on to the scans? All right, guys, if not, then I'll start moving on to the news and the scans. Let me know. All right, so nice, Joey. Congrats. Congrats on hitting Oxy with puts and calls. It is trading in this little channel here. So we are getting up here towards the resistance area now. We'll see if what happens if it can't make it up there. Okay, so AYTU has some news here. Announces fast track designation granted to AR101 for treatment of vascular Danlos syndrome. Lewis, thank you very much. Appreciate you. So AYTU with fast track designation. Now on this one, let's see what we find out here. My God, this chart looks, bro, this chart. If ever there was an ugly chart. Look at this thing, man. Are you kidding me? This company has been destroyed. The amount of bag holders that must be in this thing, it's going to be a difficult one to get a nice rip out of because of the simple fact that it must have a world of bag holders. A world of bag holders. I'll watch that. Oh, then we got the 50-day right here. We got the 50-day right there. I don't like this. I don't like this chart at all. If that 50-day wasn't there, I'd be okay with it, because you can go 107 to, you know, like that dollar area, 110, 105. You have that with room all the way to basically 130. That's a good move on a dollar stock. A dollar stock that goes from a dollar to $1.30. That's a good move. You can still watch that $1.10 area. So watching the 107 area for support has room towards the 130s. That's how I'll write that one up. Twitter. Twitter yesterday was as wild as the SPY was. I think Twitter, you know, if it can even get up here, it'll find some resistance at $50, and it's still finding, you know, some decent support down here at about 44.50 to 45. So you're still kind of trading in this little channel, and right now we're right in the middle of the channel. So there's really nothing for me on Twitter right now. This CMPI thing here must be a buyout. This looks just like a buyout. Yeah. Regeneron to acquire Checkmate Pharmaceuticals and its investigation of immune activator. Okay, so this is a buyout, so there's nothing there. Watching here on my trade idea scans, NAVB is here as well. Lighter volume on this one. Let's see if it has any news. So NAVB here, Pharmaceuticals, announces the regulatory approval of their medication in India. This one would be like a $1 watch. You know, like just watch that dollar area. You got the 100-day moving average at 99. You have a little bit of previous support here at $1. So that'd be something to watch there, like about $1. Just see what happens. MDVL yesterday got crushed off that 200-day moving average level. So that one got crushed yesterday right there at that 200-day moving average. I'd watch now for this 178, 180 area to maybe hold some support. Previously, it was this major level of resistance right here on the daily chart. You can see it right there. So previously it was that big level of resistance on the daily here. So watch and see if you get some slow, methodical pullback into that zone. See if it holds, you know. I think that's something that could take a few days to see if it holds. MULN yesterday broke up this whole nice little bull flag setup it had going for it. And now we're underneath the 50-day moving average. So that one's no longer holding that. That one's no longer holding that, that pattern we were looking for on the daily chart. All right, ATER. Oh, wow, man. ATER actually came back. So yesterday we were watching ATER, and we saw it get up in there, test the 200-day moving average, and then kind of like shy a little bit away from it. But it looks like it regained it. Very, very choppy action overall. but it's now holding that 200-day. I watch that $6 zone, see what happens. I think you might have some shorts trapped there that went after it against that 200-day moving average, and now we're up and over it. ATR watching the 200-day MA $6 area for support. Could have room towards seven, 8. It would be kind of like the top, in my opinion. A little bit over $8. And right around here would be, you know, an acceptable target. Previous support right in here. So keep an eye on that one. That 200-day moving average has been a major level of resistance for a while. See, resistance shied away from it big time. Resistance crashed away from it. And then here we were. Resistance, pulled back. Resistance, pulled back. Resistance, we got through it, closed above it. And now today, we've held it in pre-market. So that's a level to watch for sure. Good eye there, the king. All right, so we have CASA, we have Tesla, AYTU, ATER. Let's go take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA watching that 224 area. Watching 224 area for resistance. Could have room to fall back to the 212 area. So just still trading in this little channel here. AMD, guys, we nailed that one short from that $99 area. That was a nice trade. Congrats to anybody that caught that. So AMD right now, not something I'll keep a close eye on, unless it starts to get down there towards like 89, 90. Then I'll keep an eye on it. Guys, remember you can get 2 weeks at DTC Lite. 2 weeks for free. Right there's the link in chat. All right, so we have CASA, Tesla, AYTU, ATER, NVIDIA. Let's take a look at Roblox. Nah, let's see here. Rivian. How are the Qs doing this morning? A little bit choppy. Same as the SPY. All right, so on the SPY, I'd watch, Joy, hope you're out there. I'll watch this 50-day moving average here, you know, again, to see if it can hold resistance. I think the SPY, today's only Tuesday, I think the SPY gives us one of these. You know what? Let me redraw this little. Here we go. I think the SPY gives us one of these here eventually. Maybe today. Maybe not. Maybe tomorrow. But that 435 zone is the level to watch on the SPY for a crack of that. I think we get room to the downside. So that's what I'll be watching on the SPY. SPY watching for a crack of 435 area. Become resistance and fade down towards 430 to 428 area. That's what I'm going to keep an eye on, that one on the SPY. CRWD. CrowdStrike I'd watch right here, this 230 zone, 229, 230. That's the 200-day moving average level. Resistance there so far, and you have support at 222 so far as well. Or 2 points away from potential support. You got about 2 points there to 222s where you've been bouncing. If that cracks, then you got room to 220 to even the 2 teens, like 214, 215, 213. So you can keep an eye on that. VERU. VERU has really started to give up a little bit here, but if it can pull back down here towards 10 and hold, you could see a little bit of a bounce off that level. INDO. INDO needs to break 30. I mean, point blank, it needs to break 30. That's when it gets interesting. Break up over 30, hold support, has room to 37. Joey, you got it, my pleasure. Facebook looking like it wants to go lower, maybe back down here towards the 200s, especially if it can continue to hold that 50-day moving average resistance. You could see the 50-day was resistance here and has been a little bit of troublesome area here recently. PayPal. Guys, PayPal, man, PayPal looking like it wants to go lower too. And this was actually one that intrigues me for the long term, like as a long-term investment. You know, like buy, put it in my retirement account, wake me up. What is it, about 20-something, 23, 22 years from now? I'd watch and see if it can go lower. I think it can crack 100. Maybe get down here towards 94. Maybe you get a little bounce there in that 94 to 95 area. So that's something to keep an eye on there. All right, so we got about 9 minutes here before I have to hop on over to the Discord, guys. Those of you who don't know, you can check us out. There's a free Discord link here. You won't have access to all the live stuff, but you can at least swing by the Discord. So any last minute questions here before I start getting ready to put the final touches on the watch list and hop on over to the Discord? Netflix, guys, has earnings today after the bell. Let's go take a look at that chart. Man, Netflix looks like it can get down here to like the 250s, it feels like, right? I think, right? It feels just like that. You had your death cross, and the 50-day has already started to be an area of trouble. So you got your death cross on Netflix. Now you come out with earnings. I don't think earnings are going to be good for Netflix. Obviously, could be wrong. I'm not placing a bet on that. I don't like to bet on earnings. You never know what's going to be said in a conference call, right? You never know what the actual earnings are like. I feel like the earnings are going to be pretty bad. And if they are, I'd imagine you'd crack under 331. You crack under 330. And if you crack under 330 on Netflix, you got room to the 315s, 290s. And under that, you really have room to fall back down to the 280s, 270s, 250s. So that's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on today with after the bell earnings. Yep, Lucid. Lucid, I'd watch for that 21. Let me see. You got a little bit of minor support here at 2050. I'd watch those high 21s for resistance. You still have room to fall back down to the 17s. Yep, Plug had that news today. Moving around quite a bit. I just don't like where it's at. It's just in such a difficult area. It's in the chop, and then you're here, 50-day support. But then you have 100-day and the 200-day moving average right here. It'd have to get over 28, 50s. If it can get over 2850s, it's got room to like 32 or so unplugged. Yeah, I'm thinking Netflix isn't going to do well. They recently raised prices. People complained about it because there's a lot more options out there now. There just simply is. I didn't even know, but Redbox is an option online now streaming. I thought Redbox was long gone, but it's not. So you have Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Redbox, Vudu. You got so many options now that I don't think Netflix carries the weight anymore where it could just throw pricing around however it wants. I think it's got a lot of competition. So, well, it's still kind of like the leader in the pack. I think that it's got to do something. It's got to do something. It keeps also, what does it keep doing? It keeps bringing like series out, right? And it'll go through a bunch of seasons, and then it won't finish it. It'll just cancel it. It'll leave a bunch of mad people, right? A bunch of mad fans who are like, oh, well, screw this. I don't want to watch Netflix now. And then they cancel, right? And you also have people who will watch like a whole show until it ends. That's all. They only care for one or two of them. It ends. They cancel their subscription, and then when the seasons renew and they come back, you know how it is, because Netflix will freaking do like an entire season with like 7, 8 episodes, sometimes 12 if you're lucky, and then it'll take them a year or 2 years to come back with a new season again. So people will just watch it. They cancel their Netflix, and then they come back when that comes back again, when it renews for another season. So I don't know, man. I don't think Netflix. Sorry, I thought I heard my kid crying. So I don't think Netflix is something that I want to invest in long term. I think my kid has some Netflix in her little account here that I built for her. Let me take a look right now. I'll tell you. Yeah, she got a little bit of Netflix. She's got 0.2 shares. This is her little account that I built for her back when COVID. It's a $4,000 account. It's up 58%. So not bad at all. She's 2 years old and she already has $1,300 in profits. Yeah, right, the king. It feels like I don't know that it could go that route right away. And I think if they play their cards right, if they make the right moves, I think Netflix can do something. But I just think it has too much competition now to be doing the things it's doing, which is it's trying a lot of stuff as far as TV shows goes, but it doesn't really follow through. It doesn't renew. It pisses off fans. It pisses off subscribers. They're really now from what I've read, they've tapped out the U.S. market. So they're really now starting to raise prices here, keep prices lower abroad, use the money from here to expand in shows abroad and in movies abroad. That's what they're focusing on now. I was reading recently, and I mean recently as of 2 days ago when I was reading about Netflix. And that's pretty much what they're focusing on now. They've raised prices here. They haven't raised prices abroad. And they are expanding their library abroad versus the U.S. So, and I've noticed it because I'll jump on Netflix and I'll be like, oh, this show looks good. Boop, I'll put play and it's in another language. And I don't want to read subtitles. So I move on. Jose, good morning. What's going on? All right, guys, so I'm going to get ready to hop on over to the Discord. Let me put up here real quick the links if you're interested in signing up for DTC or getting the watch list or any of that good stuff. Boom. You got free Chat Mondays there if you want to just join us for free Chat Mondays. Free watch list. All right. I'm going to just send you a bunch of free stuff right now. Free ebook. There you go. Have fun. All right, guys. Stay safe out there today. Good luck. Manage your risk correctly. Let's make some money today. I'll be in the Discord all day long as I usually am. So I'll be live there about 9:15 or so, 9:20. We'll go over the pre-market watch list. Then we'll start trading. Then around 11:30, we will go into recaps and lessons on the morning. 12, it'll be lunch, 12 to 2. At 2 p.m., I'll hop back on the mic in the Discord, and we'll go over the afternoon scans and potential afternoon setups or overnight swing trades that could be available. All right, guys. Hope you're having a good morning, and I will catch you all again tomorrow at 8 a.m. here on the live stream. Have a good one.